last night when I went to see Far From the Madding Crowd, I was like in the theater by myself eating mozzarella sticks, and I was like,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the book report. It's been a long time. We have been on hiatus for the last month, but now we're back.
yay!
So this week we are doing something a little different. It's a segment that we like to call The Book Report Goes to the Movies. The book and movie, what we'll be talking about this week is Far From the Madding Crowd. Of course, the book by Thomas Hardy.
Look at this weird edition that I have.
That's a really weird edition.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it better than my edition, which... I hate this. As a book lover, I hate this. It's the movie tie-in edition.
This is the first Thomas Hardy I've ever read. Have you read him before?
This is the first I've read of his, too.
Yeah, so that was interesting because I really didn't know what to expect at all. And I liked it. It's very melodramatic, and it's kind of like pastoral and melodramatic at the same time. So Bathsheba Everdeen is a beautiful black-haired babe who inherits a farm and moves there to run it, and then is pursued by three different men. The guy who's good on paper, the guy who's good in his face to look at, and the guy who is steadfast and loyal.
I wonder if he was like padding out, trying to get the serial to run, longer and longer for the money. That's what I'm going with.
He seems to just spend some time with the locals, who are sort of a merry band of uneducated farmhands.
Yeah.
And they're just like the comic relief. And like there's whole chapters where they're just hanging out in bars talking, and he's just kind of milking it.
And nothing happens. Yeah, it goes nowhere. And I love those chapters, even though I'd finish it and be like, wait, that was just these old drunks like gossiping about nothing.
I do like that like all of the gossips in the village are male farmhands.
He always has these kind of brief philosophical reflections, a lot of them on the difference between women and men, some of which have maybe not aged quite as well.
In sweeps Sergeant Troy, the dashing officer with his sword, who's very handsome, and she just jumps into bed with him. It's sort of like Thomas Hardy knew that like handsome men could seduce women, but he didn't exactly know how it happens.
That's exactly right.
That was where his understanding of the female psyche really hit a wall.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like, well, women. It's like, well, that doesn't really carry with anything else you've said about her so far.
That was a little, they just like she pretty much instantly falls in love with him.
Far From the Madding Crowd is essentially like a British Gothic agrarian Bachelorette.
Guys proposing to women that they've known for 10 minutes also seems to happen a lot. Like, I think all the guys propose to her after about roughly 3 or 4 minutes.
She does like get her first marriage proposal within 3 minutes of the movie.
I think it literally is within 3 minutes, yeah.
It's like you're barely sitting down. And that was something I was interested to see how the movie would handle, because the book is so episodic since it was a serial. I don't think it translated very well to the movie. The movie did feel to me really rushed.
My favorite part, though, was probably just actually getting to see the nature that Hardy spends such a long time describing in the book. And it really is a gorgeous movie to look at.
One of the things that I thought was great about the movie was Michael Sheen.
Oh God,
plays Mr. Boldwood. Oh, he's so heartbreaking, and I didn't care about him at all in the book, and I thought in the movie he was just incredible.
I loved him in the movie. He the scene where he kind of breaks down talking to Oak, a very slight, breakdown, kind of tears up. And that broke my heart.
Michael Sheen is a mystery to me because, he's a normal-looking dude. His roster of ex-wives and girlfriends is like Kate Beckinsale, Rachel McAdams, and now Sarah Silverman. Like, that guy must be fun. Because, like, what?
Oh, man, I can only imagine.
What has he got going on? So I don't know if I'll ever read any more Thomas Hardy, but I will definitely watch more Michael Sheen movies.
That sounds about right. I am curious about more Thomas Hardy, but I'm more curious about Michael Sheen.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Book Report Goes to the Movies. We missed you.
Damn right we did.
And we're glad you're back. We're glad we're back and you're back. And we'll see you next week. You'll never walk alone, Mike.
You'll never walk alone, Janet. I dedicated like all my brain today to learning how to pronounce Matthias Schoenaerts.
Oh.
And he only came up once. So I feel like it was a big waste.
Oh, yeah, I'll make sure to put it in.